Hello everyone. I'm very happy today to share a new device that I've been working on with the team from Isotonic Studios. It's a modulation device inspired by sacred geometry. When you load it, it looks like this. And you have different shapes that you can load. So you have pentagon, pentagram, septagram, and so on. Octagram, enneagram, and here inside you have smaller stars, which we included. Perhaps we will use the we have these little rascal and a few more complex shapes. So the basic function is that it works on an XY axis. So imagine you have like a meter here and here, and as the dot moves up and down along these lines, it affects the amplitude of the signals. You can change the read here. Let me check here. For instance, play. And it will play a sound, but we will mute it. This is not, wait here. So now, one full lap is 1 bar. So you see it starts here every tick, duck, 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 tick. You can also change it to point to point. Tick, tick. So it goes a bit slower. This can be useful, of course, when you want to make slower modulations, like very long stuff for drones or whatever. You can make it go really, really slow. Yeah. And you can toggle between free running here and a synced one that's synced to your project's master tempo. And you have a reverse button that makes it go the other direction. You have offset here, so that it's a bit skewed from the master tempo. You should see it. You see, tick, tick. This can be cool for a bit more sloppy effect. What else? We have the rotate function. So it moves like this, and then you, oh yeah. And then if you stop the rotation, you see it's a bit skewed, so you can reset it here. And you can also, if you have like a really wild kind of animation and you're running 100 of these, maybe you want to close the animation off. So it's still running, but without the visualization. So it's easier on your processor. With that said, this is made to be very lightweight, so it should work very good on most computers. I have a shitty laptop. It's not that shitty, but still it's it has its limitations. Here you have 8 outputs. I will demonstrate. I have a little drone here. Let's see. From my modular. So there. So let's make it a bit slower. So the x-axis, you can map it, let's say, to the frequency. And we map the y-axis to the feedback. And you can see here that the shape of the pentagram is playing. The read parameter changes the speed of the reading of this output. So for instance, if you put 4, it goes slower as it multiplies the speed. It goes 4 times slower. And if you multiply it by a quarter, it will go a quarter of 6 whatever. And also you can change the speed of the rotate, so yeah, you get the idea. For the range, well, let's put it like this. You see here, this is the frequency, it's 100% range, and I put a result here because I find when I'm fiddling with these kind of parameters in other modules, I usually have to think about where I'm at when I'm changing the range and the offset. But now I can see here, okay, so I want it to be somewhere around 0, you know, and also here I can flip the phase as this reversed function is global, so it's sent to all these parameters. But if you want only one output to go backwards, you can flip the phase here. And of course, now if we put it in rotation, let's see, you will see here that the modulation will start to act weird. And of course you can do internal modulation, for instance, modulating the range, and modulating the range of the range modulator, and change the mode. Eventually you get some odd, it's like really, see how it's like struggling to just, it's locked to this pentagram, but it wants to move somewhere, but it just, yeah, I find that very hypnotic. And you have some other modes here. To be honest, I don't even know what the angle and distance is. Probably a function that me and the developers talked about a long time ago, and they were very efficient with putting it inside. I don't even remember, I have to ask them after this video. And here, also this knob, you can save banks. So for instance, pentagram, then here's a pentagram, but you maybe want to change it to enneagram. So it's a pentagram, enneagram, and here's septagram. Maybe you want this weird. So you get the pentagram, enneagram, and then the weird. So you can put like a bank here of 16 shapes so that you can modulate this. Can I do this? I don't even know. Maybe not. Anyways, the idea. Is that you should be able to do that. Fuck it up completely. And that is the deal, basically. And you can use it, of course, on a lot of different stuff. Let's keep it here. We will put a pentagram. And we can modulate this one with the same one. And that's it. it's designed to be easy to use. I have purposely scaled down on the functionality in order to quickly be able to get going with these kind of esoteric animations. And we have talked a bit about some functionalities like offsets for the read and the rotate, and we have ideas like loading your own shapes and manipulating the shapes, and yeah, there are a lot of functionalities that we have purposely taken out for now, only to keep this device clean, and moved it aside for a later more advanced and freely creative kind of modulation piece. But here I have found it very important to preserve the raw results of following the lines of sacred shapes like a pentagram. And yeah, now we're ready to show it to you and share it, and we are very curious to hear your thoughts and feedback on its functionality, hear how you're using it and how you think we can improve it for the final version. Very much looking forward to hear your thoughts on it. Thank you.